Do you ever feel like your emotions are getting the best of you? Like no matter how hard you try, you can't control your reactions or the constant mood swings that seem to take over your life. Have you ever had a sudden panic attack out of nowhere? Well, it turns out that you're not alone. In fact, in today's world, it's more common than ever for us to be ruled by our emotions. But what if there was a way to break free from this cycle and become the master of your own inner chaos? That's exactly what the ancient Stoics taught us. They showed us how to listen to our emotions, but ultimately, it's up to us to decide how to react. Welcome to our channel, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. If you're new here, subscribe for more videos on the modern application of ancient wisdom. In this video, we'll dive deep into the teachings of the Stoics and explore how we can use them in our daily lives to overcome emotional reactivity and gain control over our inner selves. But before we dive in, let me ask you a question. Have you ever found yourself overreacting to a seemingly small situation? Maybe you are running late for work and slammed the door behind you without thinking about it. Then later on, you realize that you hurt someone's feelings, and now you're feeling guilty. These are the moments when it's important to remember that your emotions can often lie to you. And sometimes our initial reactions aren't always the best response. So how do we become masters of our own inner chaos instead of being ruled by our emotions? According to the Stoics, the key is to separate impulse from action. Now, before you start thinking of this as some sort of Jedi mind trick, let me assure you, it's much more simple than it sounds. To put it simply, the Stoics believe that we have the power to choose our actions, even in the most difficult situations. Marcus Aurelius famously wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. It's up to you to decide what's real and what's not, what to think and what not to think." So the first step to mastering your inner chaos is to realize that you always have a choice in how you react to situations. It's like when you're driving and someone cuts you off. In that moment, you might feel a surge of anger and the urge to retaliate. But if you stop for a second and think about it, you realize that reacting angrily won't solve anything. It's not going to fix the traffic situation, and it's not going to make the other driver more skilled. In that moment, you can choose to let it go and focus on the things that you can control. By separating impulse from action, you can avoid making decisions that you'll regret later. And while this may seem obvious, it's actually quite revolutionary. Throughout history, many philosophers and thinkers have believed that we're simply at the mercy of our emotions. But the Stoics rejected this idea and instead emphasized the importance of self-control and rational thought. This doesn't mean that they wanted us to suppress our emotions, but rather to understand them and respond to them with our minds, not just our feelings. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Easier said than done, right? How can we possibly hope to control our emotions in a world that often feels like it's spinning out of control? The answer, my friends, lies in the Stoic concept of prohairesis. This is a fancy Greek word that simply means inner freedom, or the ability to make choices despite external pressures. Essentially, it's the ability to choose your reaction to any given situation. The Stoics believed that we have the power to decide what we pay attention to and how we interpret events. Take, for example, the breakup. We all know that breakups are tough, but how we choose to respond to them can make all the difference. Do we throw ourselves a pity party and wallow in self-pity, or do we take some time to reflect and learn from the experience? The Stoics would argue that it's up to us to decide and that we shouldn't let our emotions dictate our actions. Here's another scenario. Picture yourself in a high-stakes work meeting where everything you've been working on is on the line. As the pressure mounts, you feel your heart racing and your palms sweating. Just when you think you've got it under control, your boss throws you a curveball that you weren't expecting. In that moment, it's easy to feel overwhelmed and tempted to lash out or freeze up completely. But that's when you need to remember the Stoic concept prohairesis. Take a deep breath, assess the situation, and decide how you want to respond. Remember, you always have a choice. You could choose to stay calm and collected and tackle the problem at hand, or you could choose to succumb to the mounting stress and let your emotions get the better of you. The choice is yours. But why should you care about having this kind of control over your emotions? Why is it so important to be a master of your inner chaos instead of being a slave to it? Well, the answer is simple. Because it makes life better. When you're in control of your emotions, you're in control of your life. You're able to make better decisions, build stronger relationships, and achieve your goals with greater ease. On the other hand, when you're ruled by your emotions, you're more likely to make impulsive decisions, burn bridges with those around you, and miss out on opportunities that could change your life forever. Now let's take a look at the bigger picture. Being an emotional wreck isn't just bad for you, it's also bad for those around you. When you're constantly losing your temper or bursting into tears at the drop of a hat, it creates an unstable environment for everyone around you. Your loved ones walk on eggshells around you, always trying to avoid setting you off. Your friends and colleagues stop sharing their thoughts and ideas for fear of triggering an emotional explosion. And your reputation as a reliable and rational person takes a nosedive. As Epictetus, a prominent Stoic philosopher, once said, "He is the master of others who is not affected by his own pupils." When you're in control of your emotions, you become a role model for those around you. They see your ability to remain calm and composed in the face of adversity and strive to emulate you. Your influence extends beyond your immediate circle, inspiring others to improve themselves and become better versions of themselves as well. If you're enjoying this video and finding it valuable, I invite you to show your support by subscribing. It really helps to fuel our mission of making philosophy accessible and inspiring to everyone. Also, if you want to continue to level up in life, we've got a carefully selected set of courses created by world-class teachers. You'll find the link below. Let's move on to how we can practice separating impulse from action and becoming masters of our inner chaos. The first step, as we've already discussed, is to become aware of your emotional state. Pay attention to your body's signals and take a moment to identify what you're feeling. Is it anger, sadness, fear, or something else entirely? Once you've identified your emotion, take a step back and evaluate it objectively. Ask yourself, is this emotion serving me, or is it holding me back? Remember, just because you feel something doesn't mean you have to act on it. Next, focus on your breathing. When you're feeling overwhelmed, take some deep breaths and count to 5. Inhale slowly and deeply, then exhale and count 5 again. This will help you to calm down and bring your focus back to the present moment. You can also distract yourself with something else, like taking a walk or listening to music. Just make sure that you don't engage with whatever is causing your emotional reaction. Finally, make a conscious decision about how you want to respond to the situation at hand. Remember that you always have a choice. You could choose to stay calm and collected and handle the situation rationally, or you could choose to let your emotions get the best of you and make things worse. The choice is yours. Becoming the master of your own inner chaos is a journey, not a destination. It takes practice and dedication to cultivate the mental fortitude and emotional resilience to navigate the ups and downs of life with grace. But the good news is that anyone can do it. You don't have to be born into a life of privilege or have a silver spoon in your mouth to succeed. All you need is the willingness to learn and grow and the courage to face your inner demons head on. So are you ready to take charge of your life and become the hero of your own story? Are you ready to silence the critics and prove to them that you're more than your circumstances? Are you ready to embrace the chaos within and without and emerge as a beacon of strength and stability in an ever-changing world? If so, then the path of the Stoics is one worth exploring. Trust me when I say that the rewards are immeasurable. With the Stoic tools of prohairesis and emotional awareness, you'll be well on your way to creating a life that you're proud of and becoming the kind of leader that others will look up to. So what are you waiting for? Take that first step towards greatness and don't look back. Thank you for joining me on this journey of self-discovery and personal growth. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe and join our growing community of individuals who are looking to make a positive impact on the world. Together, we can conquer our inner chaos and create a future that we're excited about.